Alright, everybody, this is Zaha. I'm going to be playing First Dwarf. I've already done a few videos on YouTube for this, so I'm starting up with the character that I was playing for that. I've already gotten to at least the first two, I think maybe the third island with this. In this, you're playing a dwarf that crashed on a floating island, and you run around trying to build up your communities, different towns for other dwarves to come inhabit. You got yourself a mech here. You've also got a dragon. You can fly around as the dragon. The dragon does speak. It blows fire as you level up. It can also spit fireballs. You get to a certain distance. You can, if you get too far away, you can't get back to your mech unless you get close enough. You can run around here as your dwarf. Sometimes you need to use him for certain levers and whatnot. Got to hold tab to switch between dwarf, dragon, and mech. And then you also have teleport points that you can lock onto and fast travel to those points. Build up resources. And this is old buildings that were sitting here before you ever got to this island. Just fix these all up. And then you can hook up power sources to these. So we will, let's see, what was it? There we go. So control is, it's been a month or so since, so I'm just getting back into the controls. You can switch between the buildings you can make. Over here, you got your mana wells. Hook up your mana well. Then you want to hook up your pipelines. So pipeline from this. I suggest doing pipelines not just straight to a building, but making a pipeline like this around the buildings because the monsters do not attack your pipelines unless there's nothing else to attack. That way, if you got to hook up a building, you are not uh, screwing up the pipeline for other buildings down the line. All right, let's see. It also gets kind of weird with hills. Sometimes the hills get kind of screwy. And it looks like they have recently updated the pipelines. Let's see. The pipelines are pretty cheap. Just a couple of stone and wood each. Makes things a little bit easier for you. And then as you go about the game, you're able to actually upgrade these mana wells. Each mana well only gives you a certain amount of power, so you want to make sure that it's all hooked up properly. And you can run these pipelines And unless they change it, you can run these pipelines as far as you want them to run. So you could hook up all these buildings everywhere to all these different mana wells. And you can repair all these buildings and then just use them as housing for the dwarves. As you see, I previously ran a pipeline from a mana well all the way up here to this is a tower for landing your airship. So when you start the game, yeah, you got a broken down airship, but then you'll be able to fix it up, get everything running again, fly around to the different islands with your airship. Then you'll have a bunch of enemies spawn in from different spawn points. You see that this is a turret, and you've got to disconnect these turrets at a certain point on this island because they're attacking all of your bases and everything. But once you've got them all hooked up or turned off, let's see if you can actually turn them on now to work for you. Oh, wow, nice. Now the turrets, because I was able to shut the turrets off instead of destroying the turrets, now work for me. Because the other way to get through this map is you have to destroy all the turrets. But if they're going to work for you, we can build up these pipelines and get these turrets all hooked up to protect your areas. Nice. I do like the update they did with the pipelines. And I do like that you can now use these turrets for defense of your own base, so you don't have to make as many turrets. Yeah, it was with these pipelines where you had to do them individually, and it wasn't just going to follow the path that you're laying out. But now, these pipelines let you just map out where you want them to go and connect to whatever you want to connect to. I like that. That is a nice update. And I'm actually going to connect several of these pipelines together. Now you've got multiple power sources, so you can build more things to your base and don't have to worry about it as much. And with them fixing up the pipelines like this, now I don't have to go tear through all the trees and everything and figure out exactly where everything goes. And I now have three different bases or three different mana wells connected together, increasing how much power I can have. Another thing you may want to do, because as I showed you where the your aircraft can come to, that tower over there, you're also able to build landing spots for your aircraft. Let's see. Let's go ahead and build a landing spot. That would be one of these, your anchor point. Come on up to the anchor point and hit F. You've entered your airship. Now you can fly around the island. You can see the purple area over here. This is enemy zones. It's toxic. Doesn't hurt you, but it means that, you can't really do much over here. And you'll have to clean the waterway out here. It's one of your missions. Come on over here towards this big old mountain. And I really like the scenery on this game. It's some really pretty looking areas. Some really cool looking stuff around here. And these little purple tree stumps, those are previously, I've destroyed them, but they were spawn points for enemies. And here's a little town that I have already built up before. And you've got to get to these more of these nodes if you want to get off your airship, or you can just build them. It's up to you. And I see over here there is a enemy spawn point. So I'm going to come on over here, beat these guys all up, get the experience. Now your hammer does a lot more damage to enemies than your axe does. Your axe is mostly for getting resources. Oh, wait, I don't have the healing resource to heal the flowers here. And I could destroy that, but I want the experience from those guys spawning, so I'm going to let them keep on spawning there. Here's another mana well. You can build up a little resource outpost right here. Start getting stone from that. Get wood from the thickly wooded areas over here. Now, when you got the hammer, you can't do anything to these trees. So you just switch off to your axe. You're also able to upgrade your axe. I don't need the wood. I just need to knock the trees out of the way so I can build up a logging spot right there. Come on over here. I don't need this stone, but it's in my way. Get rid of some of these trees. They're in the what might be in the way. You can see at the top of the screen how much resources I have. Here we go. I'll build another mana location right here. I'll build another airship anchor point. Luckily, the airship anchor points don't need to actually be connected to power. Then we will do tab and go on over here to the resources. Sawmill. So we'll hook that up to the wood right there. And stone mine. We'll hook that up over here. And then we'll hook those up to power. There we go. There's more wood, more stone coming into this island. And just for good measure, we will come on over here to defensive items. We'll put in crossbow turrets. Let's put a couple of these in. Oh, we got stuff in the way over here, so we'll come on over. Get rid of the stones, get rid of the trees. We can put in some more crossbow turrets. There we go. And we will connect these to power. Connect these to power. As I said, I do not like connecting one building to another because it messes with if that building is destroyed. Every building further down the line from that will be disconnected from power. So I like to have power lines completely separate. Now it's telling me my mission is that I've got to acquire a raven. I'm not sure where the raven is on this island. When I was playing last, it didn't have the raven for this island. That's been updated recently. Let's see. We'll make a few of these. To actually check the map, see if it shows anything. All right, there's a whole other area over here that's corrupted, and a whole area over here that's corrupted. The area over here has got a giant floating boss that I'm not sure how I can defeat him. You can see that purple cloud up there. That's where the boss is at. Community hut, just for your villagers to hang out. Sawmill. Let's see where we've got a. We don't have it up yet, so let's go ahead. See if we can build our research center. Community hut, iron mine. So I haven't gotten to the point where I can get the research center yet. Oh, we're going to have enemies attacking here soon. Let's go ahead and see where enemies may be coming from. Not sure yet. As you advance in the game, you'll get jump jets like that. Oh, there we go. I see on the map there is a white and purple, looks like meteor site which means that's an enemy spawn location, wherever the enemies are coming from. And you can see down there, they're over here. Pull out the hammer. Want to beat those guys up. Those guys aren't too hard to beat, but there are some enemies that are a lot tougher. Some enemies will spit acid and other things at you. And you just beat up the tree, the spawn point. There we go, that's beaten up. You can also find these little text locations. You can see some more purple stuff over here. That looks like another spot. Ah, yep, that's a spawn point. Come on down here. This spot's glowing, so it may mean there's more enemies coming up from over here. And those little cans that I made earlier, I'm going to heal up this tree. And now there's going to be honey that I can collect periodically. See, there we go. Honey, water ferns, berries. You can use berries for different things you can craft, and it can be used to heal certain creatures in the game. There we go. Didn't want to beat it up, but I haven't seen anything spawn out of it, so just to make things safer. Come on up this way. Back up to our town. I don't see anything else going on in town, except for some of the walls are damaged, so let's heal that. There we go. Come on up the hill here. Actually, let's check out if we have anything we can level up. We've got no points right now, but we do have our dragon leveled up, so he's got fireballs. Our mech is leveled up, so it's got doesn't have fall resistance yet, but it's got jump boost, glide up, and it's got run mech run. And then our dwarf has First Dwarf, 20% resistance to normal slash and pierce attacks. And we've done Lumberjack, done a little bit into Stronger Link connection, improves the distance in which the team can return to the mech via mana teleportation technology in the radial menu. And Master Miner increases how much stone you can extract every day. Lumberjack, how much wood you can extract every day. Handy Dwarf is just how fast it is for you repairing your mech. And I will show you that because my mech's not at 100% right now. So you hop on out, look at your mech, and just hold F to repair it. And that's what that handy mech is for, so you can fix it faster. For anybody that gets annoyed with having to take all that time to repair that. Or in case you're getting into some serious combat with a bunch of things, got to do a quick repair. Come on up here. There's a little cave. It's got some resources in it. I don't remember if I've destroyed everything in this cave or not. Nope, nope, apparently not. So we come on up here, start beating up all these guys, get the experience off of them, because I do want to level up my mech and my guys some more. Oh, we got some bigger guys there that we got to beat up. You can see I'm less than half health right now. It's not a good thing, so I'm going to try to get out of here. Ooh, yep, I better get out of here. Pick some fur up on the way out. Get my mech over this way. If anybody's able to follow me. No, they stop right there, so I'm able to hop out of my mech. And we will do that real quick. Fix her up. That way we can get back into combat, beat up more of those guys, get some more experience. You're able to upgrade your mech. The legs, arms, the chest. You can get better jump jets. You can crash, make it so you can land easier without doing as much damage. You can upgrade your hammer several times. You can upgrade your axe several times. And this is still early access, so there's still a lot of other stuff you can upgrade. Let's get over here, grab this fur real quick. Beat these guys up. They're worth a bit of experience. Those guys will spit out some goo at you. Do some heavy smashes. When you get too far away, they can throw stuff at you. There we go. I'm going to leave that because nothing can really get out of this cave and come after my base. So that's a good spot for spawning in more creatures to gain more experience. See those little blue bubbles there? What you can do with those is you pop out on your dragon. You fly through those little blue bubbles. And there will be sometimes these blue shields around. And you got to get 3 of these little blue bubbles to fly around you at the same time. And you see these little plants right there, they can suck the bubbles away from you. So you got to avoid those plants while you're collecting the rest of these blue bubbles. There you go. There's two blue bubbles. There's three blue bubbles. Spam risk. Somebody's trying to sell me stuff I don't want. And then you would come down here, avoid more of those plants that are trying to suck up the blue bubbles. And you would go to the shield that was here. But I've already cleared that out, so not a big deal. You can see I'm just flying around here. There's stuff like sandstone that you can collect. That'll help you make stuff later on in the game. If you find a spawner that has owls spawning out of it, you're going to want to, if it was me, I'd leave that spawner alone. Let the owls keep on spawning. That way you can keep collecting feathers from them. That way later on when you get to make a crossbow, you can have the feathers necessary to keep on making arrows. Collecting coral, because you'll need that at some points for certain items. Come on over here, collect more sandstone. These are just the things that I like to do. I'm not saying that you have to do them, but and then right here there is a little glitch in the game making it so that I was getting pushed out of that area. Come back on over here to my mech. I'm back in it. The enemies haven't spawned back yet, but every once in a while they will, so I'll leave it. Later on, if I want some experience, I'll just go over there and beat up some guys to get some experience. There's a little NPC with his camp that when you first get to this island, you need to go talk to him, and he'll be obnoxious, but he'll give you a mission. And then you just hover on your way down so you don't damage your mech coming down. If you don't do a little hover on the way down, it will damage your mech, and that's annoying. Now, hovering down does take up some of your energy, so you'll want to go back to a mana well. Oh, and you can also come over to this wolf, and you get out of your mech as your man. Here's my dwarf, and you get to pet the wolf. And it'll give you a little bit of fur. Now, it only gives you one fur at a time, so now that I'm done with that, come back on over to the mech. Control to enter, or you hold tab to select from a distance. Come back on over here, see my base. I still need to find that raven, so we got to search around for a little bit. See the berries over here? You want to collect these. They will help you with by making either healing creatures that you find, like that wolf that we petted a few seconds ago, or they will help you find, or you can make healing potions with them. Use barley for making other things. So far, you only really need food for healing yourself, potions or anything like that. You don't need it. You don't have a hunger meter. I'm not sure if this statue is supposed to do something later on. Right now, it doesn't really do anything. It's just a cool little location on the map. It's not a lot really down there, and you could run all the way around behind the mountain, but I don't feel like doing that right now. And then you can run up to the side of the mountain. There's a giant flying whale creature. Right now, you can't do anything with that, but they've only got about 4 islands that they've mostly completed on this game so far. Motion on this game is pretty good. I like the fighting and everything else. It seems to be pretty well streamlined for a game that's early access. Once again, this is First Dwarf. Now you can close the gate, or you can just let it drop down on its own. Now you can use plant fibers, or you can use water ferns to make plant fibers, and you'll need to use the plant fibers and reeds, or you'll have to use fur to make thread. That's something you're going to need for other resources that you get on this side of the building. When you go to another island, you're going to need iron bundles, stone bundles, and wood bundles. So you're going to need the thread for making that. For the ravens, you're going to need to make a whistle. You've got your mech propulsion. You've got gears that you're going to need to make. You don't really need to make chimneys after the first 1 or 2 times. You might need to make it for your new for certain buildings or stuff down the line, but right now that's about it. You got your first aid kits. You got your mech's battle arms and the mech battle legs. You got mech repair kits. You've got your Escoium hammer and your ancestor's pickaxe, as well as the dwarven hammer. Dwarven hammer is the first one you get. Escoium hammer is the next one. You've also got over here some rations. That'll help heal you up later on if you need it. You can make your watering can, and once you make one watering can, you're able to use that to come over here and make the tank cleaning extract, which is what we used for the tree earlier. Here's a cannon turret. Come back on over to our landing pad, enter the airship, and we'll just fly over this way. There's an enemy location that's spawned in. I think I'll need to make a couple of turrets right around that guy. Leave the airship. Come on over here. I'll make a couple turrets around this mana well. Let's go ahead. Let's see. Let's make a couple over here. And then connect those to power. There we go. I could build up these or fix these houses and power them, but I'm not really worried about them right now. Here's another field that's got some barley. You get close, you just hit F. Grab some berries. Come on over to this area that's purple. See if there's anything over here for us to find. Come on up here, and there is this box that's got the blue gem. Now you use these blue gems for the landing towers, so you can bring your uh, more dwarves over to the island whenever you've cleared enough that it says you can bring them in. You will need to get your ravens. And again, I'm not sure where the ravens are at on this island because when I played through it before, the ravens were not something that you only had that on the second island. No, the first island. And after that, he was hanging out with you. Hopefully, over here we can find a raven. Ravens, no ravens. There's a box we cleared before. Oh, that means that's a boss. Did not realize they had put a boss up here. The boss is another update that they recently came out with. So we will hop out of the mech real quick, make sure we can fix him. Alright, get back in there. Let's see about trying to attack this guy. Let's do the dragon attack first. Let's see, because I haven't figured out the dragon fireball yet. Got to avoid these guys. These guys are kind of hitting me hard. And I don't have a lot of. Oh, he knocked me out, but luckily came back. Ooh. See if we can get this guy. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, he knocked me out again. One more time. Hopefully we've got enough. And there we go. He is defeated. I am the harbinger of the inevitable. And we get his Darkstone. I think I need to get some more health for my guy here. Alright. This area is cleared of evil. I still cannot hear any ravens. Get some of these out of the way here. Jumped up here, and there's nothing. Now this is one of the waypoints. You activate this, and if you're a good distance away, you can fast travel back to it real quick. Then we can come on into here. Now you see this, these little levers that are near the door are for unlocking the door, but you've got to get out of your mech for that. You also want to know that sometimes you'll have to jump up here. So we will hop out as our main guy here. Use these levers. And now we can get in here. Here's some more enemies. come on in here. Now this, you can activate this one, but what you're going to want to do, because this one's kind of obnoxious, you've got to use your dragon for this. And you come on over to this, you tap it, then you got to fly real quick to get through here and through here before that closes. Once you get through, then you find these little technology points. And you got to find the other lever, I believe. Iron bundle. Pick up the iron bundle. Okay, so it's just that one. But you gotta wait till the door shuts all the way and the lever goes up. Once you do that, the door will now stay open. But you can only do it from this side of the door, not that side of the door. Then you come on out of here, get back over to your mech. And I like to leave this area with the two spawners alone. That way, once again, you've got easy experience. Just come in here, beat up on the monsters, and they won't be coming out of the cave at your base. You don't really have anything else in here that you can get except for that technology point, which you can use for upgrading your mech, your dragon, or your dwarf. I'll leave this spawner alone as well. And whenever I want to come back for some more experience, I can just come back in here, beat up about 6 to 8 creatures. Get back over here to the bridge. Come on over here to the mana well that I built earlier. You can see that blue bar is my mana. So that's how we do our super jump and our glide. Alright, let's see. We got a metal mine, so we can start mining more metal, and a stone mine. We can build that real quick. Increase how much stone and metal we'll be able to collect. There's a stone. There's iron. to the power. Connected that. Connected that. Back since we're over here, we'll just connect these houses. There we go. All those houses are connected. Now you see on the mini map that they're all white. That means that they're homes for dwarfs. These ones are just rubble. You can't repair these. But you see there's an enemy location here. We'll go ahead and beat this up. Experience may be good, but you don't want them attacking your bases. Another cool thing is when you get into your airship, you're able to build from your airship. So we'll come on up here and get in the airship. We'll check out this area up here. There's another spawn locate or another it's not a spawn location, that's a spot with some flowers. I thought that was a fast travel. Here's another location you can build up here. Alright, let's try building power. And we'll build a landing spot up here. Little note. Now up here, you can connect the power to these little obelisks here. That one was a little glitchy. There we go. Now all the obelisks have, wait, no, it did not connect their power. should have power now. Let's see. Okay, so we need gears for these things. Not sure if I have enough gears on me right now, so if I don't, I'll go back to base and replace the gears, or make some more gears. Nope, not enough gears. Don't have a base there yet, so I'll go back to home base. It's nice being able to have the airship and fly around, see what everything is, what's going on. But areas that are purple clouds, you cannot fly. It will push you out of that area. Hold C, it lowers your airship. Holding spacebar raises your airship. Come on over here to base. Got plenty of iron, so we'll build some more iron gears. There we go. Made a whole bunch of them. Back to the airship. Saw earlier I destroyed that one. That node will respawn and repair itself. There's other node locations throughout the map that will randomly respawn. That way you're always going to, even if you destroy all of them on an island, they'll respawn. So you have to go back to the island to fight off a little horde of enemies. Alright, come back on over here to these little obelisks. Place the gears. There we go. It'll give you this giant glowing rune all over the place. And you gotta get a few of these runes going. I don't see the raven up here, so we'll come on down. I don't see a raven over here. There's a little fire. I'm guessing that's going to be for something in the future of the game. Right now, there's nothing except for a little fire pit. Alright, there is one of your spawn points. If you want to come back here at some time. Some more barley. A couple more mana wells. There's another iron and stone mine. Over here is another copse of trees, so you can make another lumber mill. Let's see. It's not showing me an icon for the raven. spirit of the Esquim poet. Alright, I think I've got everything from up here. Wow, from this point, we can see the whole island. The next one, too. King shut himself in the luxury of his palace. He thinks there's no one above him, but here I am on his roof and looking at sunsets he can only dream of. On over here. Oh, there we go. Technology point. Another little chest you can find. It's got a stone bundle. Like I said before, you got to use those little stone bundles, wood bundles, and iron bundles for the next island you go to. That way you already have the materials so you can start building. Come on over here. Beat up the bad guys again. There we go. Like some more berries, water ferns, honey. Over here again. Let's see. Usually you gotta have the raven around your main building. And you gotta send it from here. But it's saying we haven't found the raven. See, that's, well, on the map, it's not showing that this is a toxic zone. It is pushing us around like it is. And while this is a toxic zone, some of it's not pushing us around and some of it is. So we'll have to get back down on the mech and then go up the mountain on foot because there's another boss up there. This time, though, I'm going to try to go prepared. Also want to see if there's anything over here. There's another spawn point. There's some little caves inside this mountain. well as in this one. And you've also got to cure the water over here. And then unlock a building that's under there for more resources. Luckily, right now, that lightning doesn't affect your airship. Come back on over here to the base, though. And that spawner has been rebuilt already. Let me pause this.